Alright, welcome everyone to the second round of the Royal Intervarsity Grading Championship. My name is Shafiq, I'll be chairing the staff. Together with me are my trainees. That beautiful woman over there will be keeping tight, so you can look to her for time indication. Without further ado, I would like to invite the Honorable Minister, Ms. Amira Natasha Moore, to facilitate.
Ladies and gentlemen, not just for the sake of the stands of humanity that these countries hold, but also for several practical benefits that we can tell you within our speech, is exactly the reason why we feel that countries who believe that death penalty is wrong should never, in any circumstances, extradite individuals whom they have caught within their host nations, sending them back to their country of origin, where death penalty will be the punishment of that crime due to several reasons, right? The thing is, in this debate, it's not just about one period. You have to understand that extradition happens in 3 different circumstances, and that's what my substantive will be based on these 3 circumstances. Firstly, is where the crime is committed, regardless whether it's with Saudi Arabia or like in Malaysia, where both Saudi Arabia and a European country, and the crime that was committed is murder, where both countries want to prosecute them. The difference is one wants death penalty and the other doesn't, right? That's the first thing. Second, I'm going to talk about how it's not just between 2 states or 2 nations, it's about several different countries, but it just so happens that the 4th country that we ended up landing on was a country that does not practice death penalty, even if the crime was not committed in that country. And thirdly, I'll talk about crimes that may not necessarily be considered as a crime within the country we landed on, right? Say, for example, like homosexuality or blasphemy. Let's first deal with the first paragraph, where he commits a crime where both countries acknowledge it's a crime that should be prosecuted. The only differing factor is what the punishment is. We feel that in a scenario where one country chooses that death penalty is the correct punishment, like Saudi Arabia, whereas another country, say for example within the EU, believes that death penalty is something that's extremely humane, we prioritize the recipient nation, right? Because let's understand this debate takes place where that person has already landed in that country, where death penalty is not practiced, right? Otherwise, this debate wouldn't be talking about extradition. Why should we prioritize this recipient nation? Because we feel that the individual was caught within their country, meaning that it was within their jurisdiction, and it was due to the failure of the first nation that was unable to detect him, catch him, and have evidences to prove a case against it, right? No. The new country has endured and invested their resources within him. It's not just about resources in terms of us getting him in, having to go through the scrutiny or having their individuals or people within their nations exposed to this very very many before we were able to catch the sort of exposure that this individual had. We think that this person should have a jurisdiction given the circumstances that they were willing to do that with, right? No person had a say within the movement of that person from one country to another. So we think that both countries didn't have a say as to where this person ended up being. It just happened and he landed in that country. Now, why is it important that we uphold the humanitarian standards of this new nation, right? Because I know for a country, say for example, England, who doesn't believe in death penalty, and in the event that we choose to extradite to Saudi Arabia, where death penalty is practiced, we think this is a complete state of a contradiction in terms of their own standards of humanity. Why is it particularly bad? Because individuals within their bounds who voted within a democratic system who chose their government and believed that the death penalty was something that was extremely inhumane, regardless of how heinous the crime that was committed. These individuals believed in that practice and went to so much discourse in different parliamentary meetings to ensure that the best outcome that they have is one that is indeed in the best interest of their people. Given the fact, right, that the country adopted the discourse and the sort of opinions that the people had and materialized the votes that individuals have, we think that it's not just about what the country practices within their country, but also how that country chooses to treat people who end up in their country, and not simply to extradite them out willy-nilly, right? We think that regardless of whether he is a citizen or not, or Saudi Arabia is immaterial, right? Considering the fact that if a Saudi Arabian individual, regardless of if he's a prince or some high-ranking guy, if he committed a crime within the nation, we don't just simply send him back to Arabia or not. So we think that this is an extension of that, and disregarding the fact that he's a citizen of that country, where matters is the jurisdiction and where he lands on, given the circumstances that this country has to face. Before that, yes.
Well, when the UK also asked for extradition of their country when accused of drug trade in Southeast Asia, so by not adhering to extradition, it's some sort of a double standard.
No, we don't necessarily think so, right? Because this isn't just form of any extradition where you can like pinpoint the fact that the person did wrong. The very fact that the extradition that we're talking about now depends, the human life depends on it, and a country that strongly responds to the beliefs and the fact that a life of the individual should never be disregarded. And he landed in my country, and it's not as if he was in a different country where I'm trying to reach my hands into a different power or brand. The fact that he landed in my country, therefore, it should be my right to impose standards of humanity that, and we don't necessarily think that that's it. We're talking about international crimes, where he commits a crime under status quo in different other countries, and it just so happens that in the fourth country he landed in England. Whether he committed that crime in England or not doesn't matter. Why should England have to say in terms of keeping him alive rather than sending him to the other countries that may end his life? We feel that when we're talking about international crimes, we're also talking about huge crimes, one-man murder, but it also extends to different sort of highly classified crimes such as terrorism, where the individual may also have information that is important for you to keep him alive and for you to further interrogate, given the fact that it's not just individual countries that are being at stake, but it's the international community who is at stake. Therefore, we should keep this man alive, because like that person is valuable in terms of substantiating any case that we have to ensure the security of our nation or our world in future. No, we need to track him down and not just simply end his life for the fact that, oh, he committed a crime. Sometimes there is a need to acknowledge that there is a greater good rather than just, simply ending his life for a mere fact that he committed, right? But the second thing under this international crime is how you want to ensure transparency within countries, right? Like this is where you see an example. For example, the merchant of death. He was caught in Thailand by the United States of America. When he was caught, what Russia wanted to do was immediately take him in and say that you should extradite him and bring him back to our country, right? One of the reasons being is that they feel that this particular individual held information about Russia that showed that he was complicit with the crimes he committed, or the very fact that he was moving to other countries, right? And he even wanted to end his life because of that sensitive information. Therefore, we do think that countries that have caught him in this scenario where they don't practice death penalty, that they give themselves an interest at stake in ensuring that we don't end his life, to ensure that transparency, right? But lastly, what is particularly very important is that when that particular act is not considered a crime in that nation, like laws such as blasphemy, things such as like homosexuality, or things such as like adultery, right? Where there is a natural consensus in human rights where it's your natural right to have that opinion or a different type of sexuality or belief, where you can't outline because it's so subjective whether it's correct or not. In this scenario, in their paradigm, if it was caught in any European country or America, like certain states in America where there is no death penalty, Saudi Arabia will admit a point to say you should send him back. Why should you send him back when it's for such an unjustified law such as blasphemy or adultery or homosexuality, when we are trying so hard to progress and claim that it's a universal right that every single individual should have? Humanity has always played a role in terms of the creation of law, why should it suddenly change now just because of the jurisdiction of where that person came from and the identity that he has on his sad identity card? We don't think that trumps humanity for all those reasons are not.
I'd like to thank the Prime Minister for his speech. And now to start the opposition case, I'd like to invite the leader of the opposition, Haikal.
Ladies and gentlemen, the government seems to have some of a biased view towards countries who practice the death penalty, championing developed Western countries as somewhat of the cynical of justice itself. One thing they fail to realize about extradition is when extradition has been agreed upon by both countries. The crimes have been set and agreed upon, the crime itself, the severity of the crimes, and also the information regarding each criminal in the exchange of these criminals. One thing in which the government failed to realize is that by not adhering to these extradition duties, ladies and gentlemen, we will create a ripple towards the relationship, security, and also military relationship that will be explained by my second speaker, and also create other effects such as a form of bias towards one country. One thing about extradition is that it has been agreed upon by both countries, such as if they want to go upon Saudi Arabia and the UK itself. They have set upon the severity of the cases. So cases such as blasphemy and homosexuality is not on the top priority of such cases, ladies and gentlemen. Criminals who are reported to be dangerous, such as potential terrorists, would be considered to be extradited, but not homosexuals or blasphemers in these cases, ladies and gentlemen. Something that has been less to explain about. Now, one thing is that we have to see is that if both countries have signed and have agreed on, they must adhere to them at all costs, ladies and gentlemen, because if they do not do so, then the rippling effect will occur. Questions will arise because there will be a lack of belief in the following countries' judiciary system, ladies and gentlemen. They will say that, oh, because of the death penalty, we do not believe in Saudi Arabia's capability to carry out their judiciary process to extent, ladies and gentlemen. That is not something which the government sees itself. Ladies and gentlemen, what we have to see now is that if this lack of belief does pertain, ladies and gentlemen, it will create a wider effect where we create somewhat of a bad image towards our partners, ladies and gentlemen. It is not in a mere case of one particular individual, but it will affect the whole view of that country in itself, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine if countries such as the UK request that would have played somewhat of a biased role where they ask for their own countrymen to be extradited back to their countries for committing a severe crime, such as in Southeast Asia, such as drug laundering, something that I will explain much more further within my substantive. And this shows that a lack of belief towards the judiciary system within Southeast Asia itself. The people within the UK also use that same way towards the party itself, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, ladies and gentlemen. Because what it creates a view of the people within these countries who do not practice the death penalty, that these countries with the death penalty have somewhat of an unchecked and unbalanced and somewhat corrupt process within their judiciary system.
Sir, blasphemy and mocking your God is very much a priority for a Sharia practicing country.
Yes.
Why is that so?
Yes, but at the end of the day, you have to look at the agreed upon crimes in which these treaties have been signed upon, ladies and gentlemen. These countries do not only in this state of crimes such as killing a goat in Saudi Arabia, ladies and gentlemen. They set upon the severe crimes such as potential terrorism, links towards terrorism, ladies and gentlemen. People who are known to be people who are politically aggressive people who instigate within these countries, ladies and gentlemen. That's why these two countries have agreed upon a set of rules in which they follow upon, ladies and gentlemen. Just because a person is gay doesn't mean that the person will be sent back. That is because up to this day, ladies and gentlemen, we have to understand that if the treaties have been signed, have been agreed upon, they have to be met, ladies and gentlemen. The severity of the case will be discussed upon by the country itself. But they have to acknowledge that if the crime is so severe, such as terrorism, not homosexuality, if the crime is very severe, then they have to adhere and oblige to the treaties in which they signed, ladies and gentlemen. Now I will go on to my first substantive. Yes.
In prosecuting a terrorist and taking a Pakistan, is it more important for us to kill him off or extract him?
Yes, but that is depending on his community, ladies and gentlemen. But that is why we sign these treaties, because we have a form of trust towards our partners, ladies and gentlemen. And with this trust, we can provide a greater relation in terms of information between two countries regarding security issues, regarding dissidents, ladies and gentlemen. This is the form of trust that we want. Now, in their paradigm, ladies and gentlemen, in which they get to see that by just shoving off all these agreed upon set of rules that they have signed on, in which they already know the political climate, the social climate, the social climate of these countries, they're somewhat just kicking away their friends, their partners, which they rely on many issues, ladies and gentlemen. Now, going on my first attractive system, double standards, ladies and gentlemen. Countries who the government have so championed for, people who have abolished the death penalty, rich developed countries within the Western civilized countries, ladies and gentlemen, are somewhat biased in a sense where they themselves ask for their countrymen back and forth their country themselves. We see many cases in which people from the UK or from Australia, people who are accused of drug laundering within these countries, who are being prosecuted, and within the due process of that particular country, being extradited and requested having back to their country within the UK and Australia itself. Now, it shows a lack of respect for the judiciary system of that respective country, and it does call a double standard, yes.
Sure, extradition is based on the court's discretion, so trust
yes.
is something absolute.
Yes, but at the end of the day, the court's discretion, yes. One thing about the court discretion. So why don't we trust within the court system of the fellow country that has signed the treaties itself, ladies and gentlemen? Again, the government of both countries have signed upon these treaties, already knowing the judiciary process of both countries, already knowing the crimes, the potential crimes and punishment that will be allocated towards these specific towards these people who have been accused and have already agreed upon and signed, ladies and gentlemen. By not adhering towards these treaties, ladies and gentlemen, it creates a double standard. It creates a form of double standard. That court system, regardless of the fellow country who has already signed the extradition treaty, ladies and gentlemen, it does create a double standard. Because why? Because at the end of the day, they themselves heavily request and heavily campaign for the extradition of their countrymen within these countries who do practice death penalty. But at the same time, they themselves do not want to listen these people who have been accused of crimes within countries who are from countries who do practice death penalty, ladies and gentlemen. Where is the justice in that? They have not provided any justification as to why they would shut away all these important agreements that they signed upon in these extradition treaties, ladies and gentlemen. At the end of the day, we have to realize, ladies and gentlemen, that the integrity of the court of that respective country who has already signed the extradition treaties, who have already shared important information regarding crimes and also information regarding security will be affected greatly, ladies and gentlemen. So that is why we of opposition fully oppose this. Thank you.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Becca for their speech. Now I'd like to invite the Deputy Prime Minister, Sadiq.
Even if we agree that both nations have signed a treaty defining when extradition can happen, let's be clear. Even if there's an objective element of certainty that is a crime, criminality is largely intertwined towards the severity of punishment. And the clear distinction in this debate is that even if a person is charged by the life imprisonment or death penalty, but the severity of punishment largely affects the prosecution and largely affects the commission of justice. And we think under that principle, we should extend it as to why the severity of punishment should also be premised on the sovereignty of the nation which the person was caught in. I'm going to look at 4 questions. Number 1, multilateral crimes. Secondly, international crimes. Thirdly, the prosecution of unjust laws. And thirdly, how this policy will be exploited by countries like the United States by using this as a platform for extortion. We're doing the case of Mullah Nadullah. Firstly, multilateral crimes. This side wanted to inform you that the point in which you categorize these nations means that Thailand no longer wants to cooperate and wants to reciprocate its laws back towards the recipient nations that EU implemented its policy. Two responses. Number one, we are perfectly fine with that, but we still think that Thailand have a natural incentive to cooperate, especially if you look at drug smuggling, things in which even Thailand recognizes is something which impacts them as well, ladies and gentlemen. But when it comes to the execution of the severity of punishment, we think that's perfectly fine. Because we think EU itself should also respect Thailand's sovereignty of allowing Thailand to either execute their penalty or life imprisonment if that is done within their own border. But why is that different from the argument which America? The reason why this is different, because now if EU is the one who explicitly gives out persons already within borders, knowing that the person will be killed and an element of certainty means that EU is the complicit to that crime. Because under your policy, if the crime was committed in Thailand and the person was caught by the Thailand authority, EU is not complicit because EU is far away, EU did not play a role in it, that's one of your policies and active. And we think that if the clear imposition of values upon the sovereign state, we think that becomes unjust. But how do we break that balance? We do acknowledge that both countries in this situation are innocent. Thailand is innocent, even EU is innocent. It's up to its luck when the criminal moves from one place to another. But why should the recipient have the final say here? Primarily because it was the massive investment of resources which the recipient nation took, like EU. What resources are we looking at? First, the point in which that criminal already entered the borders of EU means there's already a very high tendency that the person might commit a crime again. That means at a short period of time before the person was caught, the lives of EU people were at stake. Second, putting in resources in terms of prosecuting the person, enforcing laws in the borders, and all those kinds of things are also something which we need to consider. Juxtaposing it with the omission of the claiming state of allowing a person to get away from the border, move towards another place, we think that's why the balance should fall on our side. We do not argue about people create that image, we do not care, we care about life, we care about humanity, that's our point. Second question, what about if this is an international crime? We do recognize that this is where we will clearly win on the second clash. Because at least in the first clash, it is a multilateral crime. At least the Saudi government has some claim of its citizens were back because the crime was commissioned in Saudi Arabia. But if it is an international crime, the claiming state have less right to claim over justice. Why? Because the point in which it is an international crime means that a lot of states are affected. Then the line of justice is largely black. International crime means that the Saudi citizen was affected, means another American citizen was also affected. And again, like no country should be blamed, no country should have the final say. But again, why should justice be the default option given towards the recipient nation? For two reasons. Number one, it's because of the basic military strategy, right? The longer you keep that person in prison means the greater propensity for you to get more information from that person. International crimes largely revolve around piracy and terrorism. And extraction of privileged information is something which is critical to take out the person. And this is particularly important, especially when Hamid Karzai itself has linked with the Taliban regime, has made covert operations dealing with the Taliban regime. If you send that other person back towards Hamid Karzai in Afghanistan, ladies and gentlemen, we do not know whether we can extract that privileged information, which might hurt America in the future, especially when the relationship is still within a fragile state. We think keeping that person alive, what does mean we can extract information, get deals out of the person, all of those are universally good. Yes. But secondly, the unique argument which Mayor brought about was the unique case analysis of the version of that, in which the Russian spy moved to a side and let person privileged information which could have incarcerated the Russian officials back in the 1970s for perpetrating war crimes in Rwanda and also in Bosnia, ladies and gentlemen, for selling weapons illegally. For that, Russia would have a massive incentive to pressure the nation to extradite that person as soon as possible and kill him once he enters Russia to ensure that the person cannot corroborate any mistakes, any kinds of abuses the Russian government has made, to get absolutely no response from that side of the house. That's actually a bit unjust law, like blasphemy. They say, this is their assumption, right? But if A is not within our priority, secondly is premised on treaty. That's the problem. Unfortunately, under state quo, treaty is premised upon the executive of the country at that point in time. Under state quo, definitely seen a myriad of instances even democratic regime choose to send to choose to send away, to choose to extradite individuals, even though it is premised on unjust laws. Primarily because it's what you do. Because maybe Saudi Arabia is treating people as significant. Or maybe because Saudi Arabia, ladies and gentlemen, has an evidence which we want. Therefore, there will be a prisoner's swap deal, which happened in 1997. Which in this particular instance clearly shows that it's so fragile and it could be abused by the government. Finally, unjust extortion done by discrimination. The United States in 2004 threatened Mullah Nasrullah, threatening him that if you fail to falsely testify against Mullah Omar, which that was incarceration, if you do not want to falsely testify, we will automatically send you back to Syria or Pakistan where the death penalty is allowed. This means that it is used as a method of extortion in which FBI and CIA can clearly say, if you do not handle it without whims and fancy, they'll give it an option to send you back and get killed off. Under policy, at least the meaning of justice be done in a just way. In contrast, that method is exploited as a use of extortion as what Muslim against Mullah Nasrullah and Mullah Omar, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you that are very happy.
I'd like to thank Sandeep for the speech. Now I'd like to invite the deputy leader of the opposition, please go on.
Right, let me start a speech with a few rebuttals to what the Deputy Prime Minister said. The Deputy Prime Minister clearly did not touch on that. My leader of opposition stated that the extradition treaty would have been already imposed on both countries. For example, if a person would have committed a crime in Russia, where his original state was in Saudi Arabia has all the rights to take the person back from Russia because they have already imposed that extradition treaty. Like what example the Prime Minister gave? The example which from Thailand, the Russian government took back the criminals from Thailand because they did not want the classified information to be leaked. That's a great example of why the extradition should actually operate in the first place. Because the country itself would actually know which information should be revealed to the public and which should not. Please let me move on to my points. I'll be talking about 2 points. First, I'm talking about extradition treaty as what my leader of opposition stated, and second, under which responsibility of the country falls with respect due to the respect to the law. Number one, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about extradition treaty which already has been signed by both countries. This extradition treaty does not only specify on criminals, but it's also specified on sharing information and sharing criminal records between these both countries. If we have this this agreement between both parties, this will actually create a distrust, a disbelief between these both countries, and will actually affect the people of both countries. You see, the fact that if these countries do not want to give back the criminals which they caught in their own land, why would they even do an extradition treaty in the first place? This extradition treaty would be clearly stated of what crimes and how they should give back, and those legislation before they even sign the papers. So the fact that blasphemy and homosexuality isn't one of those top priorities where most potential terrorists and mass murders, these are those crimes which extradition would actually prefer. And also the fact that we have to respect the law of the criminal's nationality, where when the federal law of that particular crime, the criminal should actually fall a person on the where he is already from. And also by actually not following this treaty, it can affect both countries, and it can also ruin their diplomatic ties, which will affect their trade, their economic, and their politics, and that kind of stuff. And also, on which responsibility does the crime actually falls on? Because we got to understand, speaker, that tourist on that particular country is just a tourist. It's not bonded to any part of this country. He has no relationship with this country. It's just a tourist. But yeah, it's just a tourist. So that country could not hold a say on what crimes should be given or how it should be punished. But having said that, his own country, where he originated from, they should have the final say on how he should be executed and how he should be prosecuted. Because
yeah, why wouldn't Bush extradite a blasphemous Saudi Arabian back to the King of Saudi, knowing that there will be a prisoner's war bill and Bush will get a notorious terrorist back? Wouldn't policy open up room for exploitation in terms of prisoners' war?
My test people will answer that question. Something what I'm trying to say, we have to understand that this country would not have a final say on those criminals, and the final say should go on the country where he originated from. And also to touch the fact that this disparity will occur where double standard will actually occur when one country state, when laws of both countries differ. And this would actually be privatizing the law of that particular country, which will be favorable for that criminal. That is what we don't want, and that is how.
I'd like to thank the Deputy Leader of the Opposition for the speech. And I'd like to invite the government with Umaran.
Alright.
To understand that whole treaties in Haida, so that's what debates about. We think they shouldn't sign treaties where they promise to give back people where these people can do that. Even if they've already signed them, just like Britain renegotiates its treaties with the EU all the time, it can always be done. Just like Canada opted out of Kyoto, a new treaty on their environment. We think these are things that are regularly done in the international scene. We don't think that's a big issue in this area. What is it? But let's talk about principles, right? Because their principle was we shouldn't have a double standard. We should have good relations with people outside, and therefore, like, we should respect justice system of other countries. Compare that kind of a principle to the principle to what we're talking about, a democratic mandate by individual, by people on the ground, right? When we do this all the time, regardless of the one form, good relations with people, we always make things such as unconditional, right? So that means, like, if you are a dictator, for instance, because even it doesn't matter if you're a benevolent dictator, the point at which you don't have democratic institutions, we don't support you, right? We give conditional aid, you have to follow some rules, some human rights standards, etc. We do it all the time. But we must also say, and this is the principle that we must most stand by, regardless of what else happens in this debate, is that the people on the ground have decided the death penalty itself is something that they consider murder. That means, ladies and gentlemen, when this particular country gives back this person to another country, they're effectively, in the minds of these people, aiding and abetting a murder of a human being. We think that's the moral principle in this debate, that regardless of whatever outcome you want to achieve, we must always stand for. If people in your country they feel that torturing this individual to death with poison is something they feel revolted about, then we think we should stand by those people until we also respect your value of humanity, and we're willing to stand by that regardless of what other countries think. And we think that's the most important thing in this debate. They're never really engaged in. We don't think double standards of justice system compares to this argument. But we also think, even if you want to talk about that, right? The point is this, and we also told you, right? Even then, we're talking about justice system. We already told you that yes, it's inconsistent, we cooperate, whatever, right? But the point is, this is the country that caught him to begin with. That means, that regardless of like, it's been to multiple countries as well, committing terrorism activities, etc. This is the country that has successfully managed to catch him. That means it has like, probably the most amount of resources into catching this person into doing it, right? Police officers who believe in the system have also been the one doing so. With it, that means that this country has the most say when it comes to the punishment that this person should receive. I think that's very critical. Second fact. Let's talk about fighting terrorism, distrust, and all these issues, right? They said that this was to be created, and like, let's form conclusions for them. Probably that means necessarily that these countries are they want to argue that these countries may not want to give hostages, criminals back, right? When you ask for extradition from those countries. We think there's a natural incentive for these countries to continue to do so. Number one, right? We're not asking for the biggest of changes. What we're asking is, if you really need to take it, make sure these stay alive, so that at least like our standards of humanity are upheld. So we don't think that kind of massive relation will happen. But even if there is still incentives to make sure these countries don't do so, right? When we're talking about international terrorism, countries such as Indonesia, etc., have a natural incentive to cooperate because they rely on intelligence agencies of countries in the European Union and the United States to be able to fight terrorism to begin with. They rely heavily on information given by FBI, CIA, etc., to be able to contain terrorism in those countries. In fact, no matter how much they hate the United States, they turn back to the CIA each and every time when they want to clamp down on terrorism because they need those individuals. They have a massive incentive to make sure they do so. And also, even if those incentives are big enough, they often combine militarily to be able to do so, right? Even Saudi Arabia has military campaigns in the United States. They have a natural incentive to do so. Even economically as well, right? These are countries often, like it or not, most countries who have these economies are often developing countries, generally speaking. That means they're often dependent on aid from countries in Europe, countries and North America. So we think there is also a natural incentive to be able to cooperate because they know that's the best way forward for them.
Yes, if Pakistan requested to accuse terrorists back to their country to extract information themselves, so what is the countries that UK or Australia want to extract information for themselves in investigations of that particular country, such as Pakistan?
No, we think the point is, like you said, intelligence agencies in UK are much better at doing what they do in Pakistan. Is already been infiltrated by the Taliban government. But secondly, we think, and moving on, like the way in which we deal with terrorism is much better, right? Because not if Pakistan takes him in and just executes him without doing anything after the court trial. We think number one, that means we don't have necessary time to even take out complete information from this individual. The longer a person stays in prison, the longer he has time to consider and consider making deals as well. Once he's proven guilty, right? And our more ways is more likely to face life on crime, etc. In the event this means this person may not make a knowledge of terrorist cell networks, etc. These are kinds of information that doesn't occur when you just extract him back and prosecute him and kill him, right? We think that that's something that happens. But also secondly, like I said, you brought up the example of Pakistan, I wanted to use that, right? Not only the Mirza Hostage example that previous speakers brought up in Russia wanted to take him back to the high secret, right? Pakistan's executive government has a lot to hide because there are already accusations that the Taliban have, Al-Qaeda have infiltrated the Pakistani government as well, right? They have a natural incentive to bring them back quickly and execute them. So the information from these people will not go out as to how the Pakistani government has cooperated with them into doling out atrocities in the borders between Afghanistan and Pakistan and creating terrorism over there. We think therefore, in order to stop that kind of extortion by these countries, where they quickly extradite people and kill them, we think that's why we need to keep them back and we need for them to be alive, be able to eventually give us the kind of information. But we also do it's also counterproductive to terrorism when people are extorted, right? Yeah. Often these people are told, if you don't give me some information, therefore I will export you back to the jail, or tortured, or you will be put to death, right? The point at which that happens means these individuals have a natural incentive to lie, to intercept random people and give random information out in the fear that they will be prosecuted, deported to some other country where they will be put to death. I think that's massively harmful because number one, it's principally wrong. It's an extortion on those people. And we think that's an incentive that should be taken away from government. And we also think it is government that is counterproductive. But we lastly, right? This extradition treaties like cover blasphemy, don't cover blasphemy laws, etc. That's not necessarily true. General agreements always happen between nations, right? And often countries such as Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, make it a point to try to bring back those individuals who are already covered with blasphemy laws, homosexual laws, because they want to create identity for themselves. We think these are the people who need the most amount of protection that is done, right? And we think under their model, these people have a natural incentive to exploit the system, right? People like want to exchange prisoners in Japan. Yeah, I think those are the kind of people we protect under our model. When we make sure that legally speaking, they can never give back those people, we protect those minorities. All those reasons.
I'd like to thank Laura for the speech. Now I'd like to invite the opposition with warm charity.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, firstly, I would like to talk about how extradition treaty was formed actually. This is not a kind of agreement made between chiefs or so on, or just a simple agreement. For this extradition treaty to be formed, they have to go through processes, they have to be laws between two countries, they have to be taken into consideration. The laws between them have to be, which one is provided and which law, which kind of crimes should be taken into consideration in the extradition treaty. So, in the sense of humanity, which was kept on being talked about in the government side, this humanity, this concept, is actually being discussed in the process of forming this treaty. This humanity, the form of humanity, the form of law, and the law being executed on these certain crimes, all other processes between these two countries, they are not just simply can be discussed. They go through a process where they consider each other's law and they decide on which kind of law should they execute and which kind where the criminal should be taken back to the country or not. So it's not based on what they talk about homosexuality and so on, everything. Just because Saudi Arabia, this country, have this kind of crimes, while the US doesn't have this kind of crimes, then that doesn't mean that Saudi Arabia have to take all. Doesn't mean all the crimes in Saudi Arabia that's not in the US has to take those criminals back. It's that the agreement that has been signed in the treaty is that the crimes they have to agree and the criminals, what kind of crime committed, who should they be taken up? So like these are all taken into consideration by forming a treaty. It's not just service. So yeah, a clash of this debate, right? It's actually first the responsibility falls on which part. Secondly, what's the effects which will bring if you follow or not to follow this treaty? And thirdly, how valid is this expression treaty? So what one of the points we came out and said maybe terrorism. Terrorists, these terrorists have certain kind of information which whether they should be kept alive and so on and so forth. But then they have to consider this fact that about treaty, actually whether to actually take this criminal back to their countries or not, they have to be taken under the consideration between the two countries. There will be discussion between the countries under the law and so on to decide whether which will be the best option for both countries. So let's say if both of the countries decide not to take back, not to send the criminal back to the country, it is valid. So they will go through discussion between whether which one will be the best for the country. So and on that, not important for information. Actually, if they're claiming that the terrorists will be killed and involved won't be taken by the idea of the country and so on, like I said, consideration. And secondly, what will happen if you go against the treaty? What will happen is that, like my second speaker actually came out and talked about extradition treaty is a form of trust between these two countries, the agreement between these two countries. So, and then between the countries, under the agreement of treaty, they actually have this form of exchange of information between the security or even the criminals and all. So they have this exchange of the info of criminals. So if let's say the treaty is signed between countries and one side just popped out like that, this kind of the lack of trust will cause them not to exchange the information about criminals anymore. That will create a worse effect towards the two countries rather than just focus on one incident about the country's execution.
Yes. Why is it legitimate for the French government to violate a democratic mandate of the French people who demand for there to not be any assistance when it comes to death penalty?
Okay, here's the thing. The government side, you have to consider the fact that, right, under 30, right, when they sign and so on, and this kind of democratic and so on, the rights and so on, every day, it's not certainly being decided by one country. It comes like I said, to discussion, and then the treaty is being discussed and so on. Everything, laws, crimes, and everything has to be taken in consideration on the reform. So under those special cases, actually, depending on the countries whether they actually agree upon this extradition will happen. So therefore, on those conditions, actually, whether it happens or not, actually, whether it happens or not, we should be a question mark from them. So it's not this. And so what the opposition side came out and talked about, right? Firstly, my first speaker has talked about the double standard reform if this treaty is being broken by one of the countries. So let's say, like I said, the promises, this law is not just a simple promise between the countries. Like I said, firstly, if a country requested to sign this, so badly wanting to sign this, and yet at the end you actually opt out from it just like that, what will happen in the end? What happens is that the form of trust, the form of sharing, not only economic technology or even primary information, every sort of thing between the countries, between the countries, affected, which is something that actually did not being engaged by the government side. They just came on and talk about humanity. We have to look upon stress on humanity, and don't look on like what my speaker has linked from the first my first speaker, which is the effects from this breaking of the agreement, like exchange of technology or even to the development country itself. That's the most important part. Then thirdly, and we have talked about how both of the countries they should actually stick on what they have promised. Like I said, in the end, this treaty is not some small agreement or anything. This is something really between international affair. So the thing is that if this kind of international affair just be taken because based on what humanity and so on for the country and not following what they have promised in the first place, the consequences will be way higher from what the government has taken. So we opposition see that in the end, if the treaty is not being followed, and just because under the government's paradigm, the effects of this effect of breaking this treaty will be way worse compared to just that.
Right. I'd like to thank the speech. I'd like to read my thoughts for the speech.
Extradition is a very delicate process when the crime in itself is being taken into consideration before sending back into the country in which the country which has signed the treaty alongside the host country has signed upon. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what we have to understand and realize that if we do not follow these laws and agreements that each of these countries have both signed upon, it creates a very damaging effect both to the relations and also towards the respective infrastructure, the judicial infrastructure within the countries who have signed the treaties itself, ladies and gentlemen. What the government side has championed upon is that they are primarily prioritizing on the importance of the country in which does not have the death penalty in itself. Why, ladies and gentlemen? Because there's a lack of trust within these countries when they themselves have agreed upon the set of agreements, the set of information which both these countries are supposed to share within the framework of this extradition treaties themselves, ladies and gentlemen. This by not following these agreements, it will lead to the effects in which our case started, which would be what? Number one, the double standard which would be created by the opposing country who does practice the death penalty, ladies and gentlemen. Why is it that these countries themselves heavily champion for their countrymen to come back to their country and be tried within their court when they themselves refuse to release the people of the respective countries who do practice the death penalty because they see that the judiciary process is somewhat tainted, is somewhat unreliable in that sense, ladies and gentlemen. There is no form of trust, there is a form of double standard because why, ladies and gentlemen? Because when you champion for humanity itself, as the government has been harping upon. It does take a different message when you do an opposing method in which you request for the extradition of your fellow countrymen back towards the UK and Australia itself. Now, on our second point, the second substantive would be the disruption of relations itself within the framework of the extradition treaties, ladies and gentlemen. One thing we have to understand that by countries who do refuse, such as America refusing to release or send back potential terrorists back to the Middle East, ladies and gentlemen, it does create a rippling effect towards relations back in the Middle East, ladies and gentlemen. That is not something that we can deny, ladies and gentlemen. The Middle East has become more and more distrustful towards America because they seem to show a lack of trust towards their own framework, towards their form of information extraction method, ladies and gentlemen. What we have to realize is that information that is shared upon within extradition is something such as security for both countries, things such as military information for both countries, ladies and gentlemen. By disrupting this relation, ladies and gentlemen, by suddenly shoving away extradition treaties and also the agreements which they signed upon, ladies and gentlemen, information will not be flown freely, ladies and gentlemen, because due to the destruction of the extraction of information, ladies and gentlemen, because there's only one side of that of the agreed one party of the agreed treaty who prioritizes his benefits and also his interests. Now, on the third point, which would be the sovereignty of the country, as explained by my second speaker, ladies and gentlemen, we have to have a full trust towards these countries, such as Pakistan itself. Why would they request for these accused terrorists or these potential criminals of their country to come back to Pakistan? Because they do not want the leak of information, ladies and gentlemen, which would be damaging towards the image of the country itself, damaging for Pakistan itself. The same can be said for America and the UK if such a crime were to be perpetrated by their own countrymen, ladies and gentlemen. But we have to understand that every country looks after the interests of and the sovereignty of their country. By releasing information, by allowing another country to extract information of their own countrymen who have committed a crime, who are potentially damaging information regarding the country's military structure or within their country's social structure, ladies and gentlemen, what we're doing is relying upon these countries who supposedly champion humanity because they don't carry out death penalty, and allowing them to the full extent extracting important information in which these countries want to extradite these criminals, ladies and gentlemen. So that is why we believe that by not allowing or not following the exact agreed upon terms within extradition treaties, these things will go.
Next, so we will take the opportunity. Like to take the opportunity to like the speech, to choose the debate collected by the government reply.
Ladies and gentlemen, the only double standard that happens in this debate is coming in the opposition's world. Why? To them, killing a French prisoner in France is murder. Sending a Saudi man back to Saudi Arabia to be killed, that's justice. I'm sorry, but that's something that I can never agree with. Because killing a man where it's not universally accepted is something more than important. But I'll tell you why answering this question as to whether or not it's justified, and second of all, what are the harms that have been tossed about in this debate. First off, is this policy justified? According to the opposition, no, it's not, because a treaty was signed and the treaty is holy, we should always, consider the treaty as sacred. What did the government do? We told you, yeah, duh, a treaty is signed, but that's the debate. We're telling you why you shouldn't sign such treaties, or even in the event that you have signed those treaties, why is it morally correct for you to back out from those treaties, given the sort of humanity standard that you have? When you question things that are not necessarily accepted by all states to be a form of crime, such as blasphemy or homosexuality, they try to minimize the points and say, well, no, it's kind of already checked and balanced by the treaty, given the fact that there is a template of crime. Yeah, this is the crime that we agree on, and this is the crime that we don't agree on. The big truth about that is that people like Bush exist, right? Where they don't necessarily exclude these sort of crimes, where they sometimes include unjust laws to be subject to extradition, even in the treaty for certain other things such as prison. So, right, you allow a method of exploitation when you have the Bush administration coming in. That's not something we're willing to gamble and just base it on the benevolence of a leader, whether they're going to respect the democratic votes that have their honor. The people didn't agree with death penalty, not just towards the citizen of your country, but anyone who comes in within your jurisdiction. Why should you back out on the murder of people when you said you would deliver the promises of the ones who voted for you? But secondly, when we ask you what are the harms? They told us, well, the harms are double standard. When there's death penalty in the picture, you want to extradite, but when death penalty isn't in the picture, you're okay with extradition. But did they really tell you what was the value behind our double standard? Like, what's so bad about having a double standard, given the fact that our side of the house says that it's okay to have double standard sometimes, considering the side that you're fighting for is humanity, right? Sometimes you have to take the stance even when other countries don't agree with you. That's why we're okay with fighting for homosexuality to be universal, right? Even when certain Sharia-compliant countries don't accept it, right? But we also know that there were certain tangibles to keeping these individuals alive. These were the harms and benefits that government was willing to talk about inside opposition to engage on. We told you there's a value to keeping this individual alive, especially when you're talking about international crime, because you want to get information from them. You want to keep them. You don't want to kill them off. The only response we heard from inside opposition was, well, you're assuming they're guilty. Well, this bill also has to take into consideration the fact that there is going to be a possibility that this guy is guilty. And if he is guilty, our side of the house tells me there is no value to keeping him alive. That means he must have been one of those individuals who had full access to the information of terrorism and other organized crimes that are highly intertwined with other states at stake, because we need to defend ourselves as well. Then they told us that the second part is that, well, distress happened. People will just feel like, oh, do not have trust. What was the value behind that distress? We never really heard. We're so harmful about that distress, especially when we told you time and time again, and clear in the Mubarak speech, was that it happens all the time. People backing up countries. You don't see a new world order, oh my God, Malaysia is like holding the people power in the UN. You don't see that, right? New world orders don't happen because individuals don't immediately distrust each other because they also have other interests in taken into account, right? But this just happens under their paradigm, right? Where complicit countries such as Russia are willing to pull back individuals who have been caught by other countries because they want to hide their tracks. This is the distrust that we created that were never being engaged. This debate wasn't just about blasphemy and homosexuality. It even talked about universal wrongs such as murder and rape and other things that we are willing to subject to heavy punishments. Bear in mind, distrust will necessarily happen because we're not letting murderers get scot-free, right? We're still punishing them. The question then becomes, should we apply irreversible punishment on those individuals who simply instigated hate?
Okay, I would like to thank both teams for the debate. I would like to invite all speakers to cross the shake hands and leave the room. I'll call you guys next momentarily while we